and then work, and then the wake up baby, I will wash the face all. I will clean the baby, and then I give food. I finish all. I will wash the dress. I will iron.
Escape is not easy. There are practical difficulties. Doors may be bolted, windows locked, or there may be security guards patrolling the premises. Many women have never been out of the house, so they have no orientation as to their whereabouts. Running away from employers adds to already existing problems. They have no papers, no money, no clothes, and the fear of arrest is great. They know nobody. The possibility of working legally remains nil. They would most likely be forced to work illegally, and the vicious cycle of oppression and exploitation repeats itself. Julie escaped when the Arab family took a vacation in Geneva. There are approximately 4.2 million Filipino overseas contract workers, 60% of whom are women. Female migrants are particularly vulnerable because they go into individualized work situations where isolation is great and possibility of establishing social networks for information and social support is poor.
The first thing I think, which is very common, is the violation of the right of free movement. That is to say that the domestic workers very often see their passport and legitimation card confiscated by the employer. The employer takes the card, the legitimation card is the permit they receive to work, and keeps the permit and keeps their passport. So the people are not free to go around, and they cannot go in the streets without any documents. This is the first violation. The second violation is that, and this is even worse because the Swiss authorities ask the people to live in the same house. Then the second violation is naturally if you live in the same house as the employer, you have never free time, because even if theoretically you have free time, you are in the same house and even in the same apartment, they tell you, please give me tea, please look for the children. Oh, they sleep in the same bedroom like the little children, babies, and have to wake up the whole night. So they're not even free they're obliged to satisfy needs of the employers without having this contractual obligation to do that. So this is another violation. This is more common, I say. Then it's not to be beaten or so. It's just, but it's a violation because these people cannot go on. And the third one is salary. I mean, the right of a fair salary, and this adds to the violation of impossibility of free movement, because if you have only 50 francs or 150 francs or dollars a month, and you have to send something to your parents because maybe you have to pay back the flight ticket, because maybe you had to pay yourself your flight ticket. I mean, you have no money to go out. So this is another violation, because you don't have the money to go out. You don't have the money to buy shirts and to buy clothes. So you don't want to go out because you know the clothes are 10 years old and the shoes are with the holes, I don't know, and you don't want to show like this. So this is another way of violations that are the consequence of not being paid normally. So we have legal minimum wages in Geneva, in other countries also. So, and if they are not satisfied, I mean, you are exploited, and that's you can say that you are like a slave. A slave is somebody who can move, who is not free of his movements, and is totally dependent on the employer, and the employer takes a passport. This is a definition of a modern art of slavery.
Early in the morning, around 7, I have to start the cleaning of the house. Then I was alone there. Then when she was still there because she is working in her own boutique, then she tried to call me, and how can sometimes I cannot really hear, especially when I use the Hoover. So she called me an idiot. She called me, she mentioned some very, very bad words that I cannot accept because I am not an idiot. You know, to me an idiot, it has no education.
Josephine, darling, please, come here. Well, finally,
and my children and my family, okay? You're so stupid sometimes, it really pisses me off. You piss me off.
You're done. Just a bit. Finish, and it's 11 o'clock. It's idiotic. Good. I'd like to say.
No, because I'm not like that. I have a position that I'm a lady. I'm not going to bother with all that.
Je pense que pour arrêter cet problème,
According to me, it is very difficult to bring this problem to an end because a political solution is necessary. First, from the Swiss authorities that should be concerned by domestic work in Switzerland independently from the diplomats. If we talk about employees working for wealthy Swiss citizens, a political solution from the Federal Council is required. It is the Federal Council's responsibility to put order in its own house. Concerning the employees working for diplomats and international civil service, it remains in the competence of the two bodies. The Federal Council through the Department of Foreign Affairs and the United Nations through the Security Council. The Vienna Convention must be changed. It is caduc, to use Arafat's expression.
Josephine, darling, please, come here. Well, finally, Josephine. Are you deaf? Are you stupid? Do you know how to iron? Where did you learn how to iron? Finish by the afternoon. Collar done. Just a bit. Finish, and it's 11 o'clock. It's idiotic. Good. I'd like to say, and you're really being if you don't sort your life out, you're out, okay? You're just out.
All over the world, migrant women are among the most vulnerable, least protected, and most abused. Since the concern of the receiving countries are inadequate, migrants, especially women, have taken up self-help programs to improve their situation. They are simply not remaining as victims.
Okay then. I was asking her if she's coming.
The Filipinas have formed a network to address the issues of migration. Centers have been built out of their own initiative.
Freedom is more than being free to make a choice. Freedom is choosing a true value in life and committing oneself to it. In other words, freedom means commitment.
Church and religion can be important agents at encouraging community belongingness.
As Christ himself said, the truth will set you free.
Dormitory-type housing